Good day each and everyone. I'm Narisma A. Manardas, one of the reporter of this group. Today we're going to be tackled about the starting point in setting an initial price. So before we proceed, what is initial price? Initial price or initial offer means the price per unit on the first day of the initial period determined by the management company. So now let's talk about cost-based pricing. Cost-based pricing is defined as a pricing method in which the selling pricing of goods or services is based on their cost of production, manufacturing, and distribution. In the pricing cost base, a profit percentage or fixed profit figure is added to the cost of the goods or services that decide their selling price. Cost-based pricing is total cost of a product plus profit margin to determine cost. For example, for a car, you would take all the costs that go into making the car, the labor, the parts, the shipping, and after determining your price for producing the car, you would decide what type of profit if you like to me, and that's how you tell your price. There are different types of cost-based pricing. First, cost-plus pricing. In cost-plus pricing, a company or manufacturer will add a fixed percentage of the total cost as the markup to arrive at the selling price. As a result, this method is also known as the average cost pricing and is the simplest pricing method. Second, break-even cost pricing. Under the break-even cost pricing approach, the company's main objective is to cover its fixed costs. Industries with high fixed costs resort to such pricing strategies. This is the level where a company breaks even or the point where there are no profits or losses. Third, markup pricing. In this type of pricing, the reseller adds a certain amount of the cost to get the selling price. Retailers usually apply such a pricing strategy to determine their selling prices. Last one is the target profit pricing. Under the target profit pricing method, a company will first determine the target profit they want to achieve in a month, quarter, or even a financial year. As per this target profit, the selling price is determined. This method even determines the number of units to be sold to achieve the predetermined profits. How to use cost-based pricing. When setting prices, a company determines the floor and selling prices, which are the minimum and maximum prices they can charge, respectively. Based on the market situation, the final selling prices are determined that the seller charges for its product or service.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. And good morning, classmates, especially to our teacher, ma'am. Our topic today is all about computation-based pricing. Computation-based pricing is a pricing method that makes use of competitors' prices for the same or similar products as basis in setting a price. This pricing method focuses on information from the market rather than production cost plus pricing, and products perceived value, value-based pricing. Ang sabi dito is competition. In a business, hindi na talaga mawawala yung competition. Kahit saan ka man, sulok ng mundo, pag sa business, di na mawawala yung competition. Pero, hindi porket may kakompetensya ka is aawayin mo na yung kakompetensya mo. Hindi yung ganun. Masama yung ganun. Sa competition, based pricing, hindi porket may kakompetensya ka, makikipagtagisan ka na. Ang ano lang dito is, halimbawa, kung may mabili kang isang product, halimbawa 100 pesos, yung bili mo, huwag mong ibenta ng masyadong malaki yung kita mo. Kasi mas mahihirapan kang ibenta yun benta mo na lang kahit konti yung kita mo, at least mabilis mo may papalabas yung products mo. Benta mo na lang kahit konti yung kita. At saka, pinaka-importante doon, nagsisimula yan sa ugali. The way you treat your customer. Diyan ka hahabulin ng mga customer mo. Kasi, yung ibang store, pagpasok mo pa lang, nakasimangot na. Tapos, hindi ka tatanungin kung anong kailangan mo. Kailangan, best competition mo. Pagpasok pa lang ng customer, smiling face ka na agad. Tapos, good morning ma'am, good morning sir, ano po kailangan nyo? Welcome to our store. Diyan, may in love sa iyo or magugustahan ka ng customer. Pag masama naman ugali mo, kasi may mga customer na ma-attitude eh. Pag hindi pinansin, ayun. Pag sasabi na, uy, huwag kayong magbili dyan. Kasi masama yung ugali. Doon pa lang, talo ka na sa kompetensya mo. Para sa akin, sabi rin kasi dito, prices for the same or similar products as basis setting price. Kailangan talaga, hindi mo talaga tataasan yung price ng products mo. Kasi yun nga, may hirapan ka talagang ibenta. Maliban na lang kung taga-liblib na lugar ka, tapos ikaw lang yung may store doon, you are free para ipataas mo ang price mo. Kasi no choice yung tao. Pero kung nasa city ka, yan talaga, pinakauna ugali. Kasi familiar tayo sa mga store na pagpasok pa lang, nakasimangot. Kung nagsi-cellphone, naka-cellphone lang. So yun. Para sa akin yun lang. And salamat. Sukran.
Hi, I am Moner Datukali Abdullah, and this is my report, a better alternative customer pricing and the potential of customer-based pricing. A better alternative customer-based pricing. In most companies, there is an appreciation that pricing by the simple application of standard markups or by following the prices of competitors is not really adequate. Rather than starting with cost or competitor prices, the price setting process can begin with thinking about the customer's needs. Estimating the value to the customer. Estimating a product's value to the customer or BTC is a four-step process. The first step is to identify what customer perceives as the next closest substitute for your product. A product could be more effective in accomplishing its principal function than its closest competitor. It could have capabilities or features not present in its likely substitute, or it could be in more convenient package. Value to the customer estimation. An example, a BTC analysis helps manager decide on the price of an automobile tune-up. One factor is the fact that the customer can leave their cars at station auto service and walk across the street to pick them up at the end of the workday. Translating a BTC estimate into a price. If a product's value is the maximum amount that the customer, when fully informed, would be willing to pay, is that what the product price should be? The answer in general is no. To avoid having a large number of potential customers pass on buying the product, it is generally wise to tip that balance by setting the price below its value. Identification of reference value. A product's reference value is the price of the closest substitute product. A product's greater per item capability is used to communicate its value to potential customers. It should not include the price of items that may be used along with the alternative product but are actually separate products. Two approaches to determining differentiation values. There are two approaches that can be taken to develop a monetary estimate of the degree to which a customer values a differentiating factor. The first is to translate the factor into monetary terms by identifying additional expenditures or savings. The second is to use market research to estimate how customers weigh money against their preference and feelings for a differentiating or factor. This is the importance of understanding customer needs. The key to effectively estimating differentiation values is to understand the customer's needs well enough to fully appreciate the implication of difference between a product and its nearest substitute. Dewey and Almy developed a more resilient printing blanket that could resist many smashes. Customers consider the almost $200 price tag just way out of line. For instance, fewer press masses result in the following: less wasted printing crew time, less maintenance crew time needed, less need for blanket replacement related repair materials, less wear on the press, and thus longer life of these expensive machines, lower inventory cost of repair materials, fewer job deadline disruptions. Potential of customer-based pricing. An important benefit of customer-based pricing is the ability to start the pricing process with a consideration of customers' needs rather than just an initial value or money BTC figure. When a product's BTC is lower than its reference value, BTC analysis indicates that your product is worth more to customers than your competitors' products. If your hair dryer has now positive differentiating factors over a popular corner model, this could be a good situation. Different customer values for different market segments. BTC analysis helps the price setter identify possible pricing related differences between customers. For example, a tune-up for those town residents who commuted to the city by train would cost $110 but now $90. For those who did not take the train, when setting a price for a product that does not yet have a price, three types of information are relevant: cost, competition, and customer needs. Understanding customer needs can enable a price setter to arrive at a starting point that is higher or lower than the might be arrived at from cost of the prices of other products.